What's poppin', guys? This is Fayez the Barber.
And this is Lisa.
Coming at ya from the Trim Show. Yeah, so we've been gone for a minute now. We're back though, cause it's been a little whatever, but you know, we gonna make this shit work.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. My hair used
Throughout the Hawk's dirty work with Afro Sheen Con.
You're concerned about your thinning hair, call Hair Club.
Schlitty. Alright, yo, let's get started. Let's get it. When you're trying to become somebody and do something, and people want to keep your dreams down.
Yeah.
Why do people? I dislike the fact that people do that.
I feel like that right now the world is so connected and everyone is so like the amount of exposure that a basic person can have now is a lot bigger than it used to be. So I feel like the reason why people are in fear of competition is because nowadays we actually see the competition more.
True.
And we have to like battle more people than people in, you know, maybe the 80s that didn't have, you know, phones and social media, that they just competed with themselves. So,
okay.
You know.
I just also that is true. It's the era, the time, the situation on where people look at it from a different point. But why must we still like? Shouldn't we also want to thrive on like helping each other? If you help me, I help you, right?
Yeah, but I feel like that people in authority have to be more open to people who, you know, may be struggling.
Okay.
And it's not easy because, like I said, like this exposure that we have now turns us into somewhat celebrities. So now we have people who...
Celebrity shit, my ass. Okay.
Well, not celebrities, but it's just the fact, like, to me, like, if I had to define celebrity, and maybe I'm not using, you know, I use that word very loosely. It's more so like a person who's known in the street. They go in the street and people may recognize them, know them.
You make yourself your street.
Yeah, so
street cred.
now you're constantly being approached about your knowledge, your skill set, you're this, you're that. And it's like...
You become something in the
It's
society.
like it makes people want to, like, not talk to people so much. Like it's like they're kind of tired of talking to people already. So even though people, like who have a platform should talk to people who maybe don't have a platform or want to come up and learn.
Yeah, because
like,
there's nothing
it's also
wrong.
a lot for people who have things going on in their life to really sit there and make every single person be happy or please everyone's, you know, want and need from you. Like you can't do that for everybody. So by default, it's gonna create like some kind of like haterism. And it's gonna create like, oh, you know,
gonna create this barrier around you where like,
yeah, like I can't join them, so I gotta try to beat them.
It gets on my nerves the fact that, you know, people don't want you to move on. And just like, for example, situations that I've been in, like where I try to like give my all, and by giving my all in a way, it kind of like turned out like it was my place. I came in with that mentality. Like I thought it was like my place. Like I'm gonna put in the work. You feel me? Like I'm gonna treat it like it's like my own shit. Cause then at the end of the day, like what am I doing there?
Yeah, if you don't care enough, then it's like, why you there?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like I learned through time and going to different places that shouldn't be the case. Yeah. What it should be is that you give your all to, you know, to what you're doing, thus creating an effect on where like you're gonna propel. And you also gotta find, you know, a little niche on where you working, you know, you enjoy working there. Because if you don't enjoy working there, then you ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, you're not gonna give your all.
Facts. But it just like...
So what did you learn as far as like receiving this type of like energy and like reaction towards you that made you feel like, oh, you know, white people gotta be like haters and unsupportive? What did you do to kind of like make that situation?
I always give you that energy back, like that energy on where like, oh yeah, bet, here, like, you know, just I continue always giving that positive energy.
So you kill
negative energy is never coming my way ever.
No, and that's good, and that's something that people who will feel like they're in this situation need to learn. Like, there's no real solution. Like, you can't change other people or how they feel about you, but you can change how you feel about the situation.
Yeah, fact.
You can make yourself think of it as like,
sending out that energy, like
I'm gonna kill you with kindness, and
facts.
I'm gonna give myself good karma.
True, but just like overall, what the real benefactor to the point is just like you gotta embrace that positive energy, regardless of who's around you, and if you feel like they might get to a certain point on where they might take your chicken or whatever the case may be, or they'll take your resources or whatever. If it's destined to be like that, it's gonna be like that. Regardless of what you do, your actions, your efforts, all that energy could be transferred to doing something even more positive for yourself.
See, one thing
instead of like keeping people under your foot and shit, and not move on and just be with the bullshit, because there's no reason to be with the bullshit. There's enough bullshit going around that we can all profit from the bullshit, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because what you give, you get, and if you're giving what people are giving you, you're gonna get the same thing that you've been getting
in return, which is bullshit.
Wondering about your whereabouts, thinking about the times I used to wear you out, flushing out the pain we never spoke about. Cause how could something so good be full of doubts? Flick the ashes, cold as aspen, looking at your ex like a fucking has-been. With me in the picture, I ignite the passion, sipping Merlot, lifting up the glasses, lifting up your thighs so we both arrive. You whisper in my ear, I could fucking die. So die right now if you feel alive, cause everything falls apart when it's how it lies.
Everybody likes Bud. My mom's a pothead, okay?
Whoa.
She has like 500 pots in the house.
That sounds like a ridiculous joke. Yeah.
That was just good timing. That's an old joke, good timing.
The mic. On the thing on the stand.
On this?
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Okay, so.
It's 30.
We lit. Alright, bet. So we about to.
Real nigga shit.
What's up, yo? Welcome back to the trim. So,
as you can see, we're prepared for our guest.
Ooh, she read my mind. We getting too good at this shit. It's becoming Siamese something. But yeah, we about to bring on a home girl, the one and only, the Brain God, ladies and gentlemen. Say something. Come on. All right. Come on, yeah.
So Gengi is.
Yeah. Oh shit. The better.
All right, so this is Gengi.
Relax.
She is.
We used to work with Gengi.
Yeah.
We used to be on the money side with Gengi.
Yes, sir.
Remember the money side?
That's okay.
Yes.
This is how this is why we still here, because this is still the money side.
Still the money side.
We're still on the money side.
Oh, y'all made me so. Oh, I'm afraid. All right. So, what you been up to though? What's popping with you?
Nothing, man. It's a family right here. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm honestly, I'm so happy that this is like popping off like that, and you guys invited me to do this because.
Yeah, she feels mad natural at this. Like.
No, not at all. It just honestly, because we've been here.
It's because
we first of all we're friends, and then it's funny because we've been recording for a little bit now. Yeah, right? it's a good vibe.
You don't have this energy.
That's so important. It's the good vibe.
Can't fuck with this.
And it's just, I'm proud of you guys because you guys are so chill at this. So I feel like this is gonna be great.
We're turning into big people now.
No, yeah.
I can wipe my ass now. I mean.
So.
With wipies.
So Gengi is an amazing braider. She's been braiding. She's from Puerto Rico originally, born and raised.
Yeah.
Yes. And this is where she picked up her trade on the island and her skill set. It's the culture. It was something that, she didn't think of as being a career. It was more of something she enjoyed to do. And later down the line, she realized, this is something that I could really do, that I love and express myself.
You started braiding?
Yeah, definitely.
At what age you started braiding?
I started braiding in high school, probably like 16, 17. Just kind of like a hobby, just because it was fun, because it was just like a thing to do with my friends. And
you was making money off of it at first?
And I was, but I totally didn't do it for the money. It was just straight up fun and just passionate, and I think it's the reason why we all still do our jobs. Like it's just. It's a pleasure, honestly, when you are like responsible for hooking a person up on how they look, and then see them like gassed up, like how they look, and they're like, oh my god, and you are so you feel like that was like, it's like a masterpiece. It's like a work of art, kind of. You're responsible for designing a person's look and their self-esteem changes, and just being able to see the change in a person's mood and all of that. It's so rewarding. So it's not even about it didn't start off as being for the money. It's just because to me it was just so fun to be like, even when we do that when we're little, you know, we do it to our friends. That's how I started. Like I just started doing hair and makeup to my friends completely for free, and it was my friends that were like, you know what, we're gonna pay you. Here, I started doing eyebrows. That was my first thing when I was in junior high school. In junior high school, I would just, I don't know, one day when my mom told me that I could do my eyebrows, I went off. I changed the middle. I left myself.
Take it off.
I see pictures of Gingy when she was in her eyebrows.
I got clients because they was like little thin ass threads, but I don't know. It was
swag, so I was like,
at that time,
real quick.
Yeah, so at that time it was popping, and then my friend was like, oh, do my eyebrows, and I started just doing everybody's eyebrows in the backyard in our free time. And then I guess people felt bad for like bothering me so much, so literally it was my own friends that were like, you know what, we're gonna give you $1. So they would give me like $1 to do their eyebrows, and I was like, you know, I had my little money, I don't know how, whatever, but it was just
where all
fun.
began.
Yeah, no, but like it really,
Biles.
exactly. So yeah, so I started in high school, and then I just started seeing, like, I was just always like in love with like hip hop culture and hip hop and things like that. So just following all of that, and like in watching the TV, and just like you start to imitate the celebrities that you love and things like that. So everybody had
the trend transitions and stuff like
yeah,
that.
you know how it is. So I was into doing clothes. I was sewing my own clothes.
She makes bags, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. She does.
And leather jackets.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys, to the trim. The trim. Nah, let me do that again. Welcome back, guys, to the trim. With my co-host, Lisa.
So,
Can you name me then?
my host, Fat.
Hey! Now let me stop. So my topic is gonna be dating in NYC. It's real difficult. You guys are gonna hear about my problems now. I'm not gonna make it like dwell out and shit. But it's so I feel like, to me anyway, if you're not using an app, I don't know, unless like you meeting somebody at work, or you meeting a fucking creep on the train and like, hey, how's it going? Can I get your number? Unless you really good looking at some shit, then you lit, like, then you Gucci, like you have no problem, like you getting numbers on a regular, like that's not even an issue. Like, hey mom, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, put your number on here real quick. Like if you're doing that, you lit.
This is why these men need apps. So, dating in New York.
I mean, what can I tell you?
Dating in New York is hard. Like, I'm not disagreeing that it is difficult. But I also think what makes it difficult is that we think we have too many options. So, and also, this is a melting pot. There's people with the weirdest personalities that sometimes we're like, what crevice of the world did you come from?
Word.
So it's like, we gotta go through a lot of duds before we find someone who's maybe normal enough to date. And then even then, we might be too busy to date them.
That is true.
So
that is a good point. Women in New York are either too busy doing their own thing. Bitch, you just want to live off a nigga. Or like they already got a man and they're not too happy, busy, so and whatever, and like that's the case. It's more different. But I'm gonna stick with them three though. Them three is like that's it. You got the lazy bitch, you got the joint that she too busy and she got a man already, and then you just got the one that got a man and whatever. But yeah, going to what you were saying.
So then now there's these apps like Tinder and like Plenty of Fish.
Which is lit.
Which I actually downloaded Tinder, and although I don't really plan on using it for the purpose I think everyone thinks Tinder's used for, but I do think
I use it for photography.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who use it for now that I know. There's people who use it for like business purposes. So like for me, I do it because I know.
I shouldn't have given that away. I feel wrong
like,
about that now.
No, I feel like Tinder. Like there's only 2 people that really use Tinder. 3 people. We're gonna name 3 people that use Tinder. One is gonna be the person who just feels like, okay, they're just horny and they just don't care and they just like ready to find someone who's ready themselves.
That is true.
2, it's business people.
I semi-feel that. What?
It's business people. So like, you know, but that's gonna throw me into my third person, and the third person is just gonna be people who are new to the city and have a hard time meeting other people.
I do that.
But at the same time, like, these people who are new to the city, you know, I don't know, maybe I haven't experienced Tinder enough, but they're not really the type of people I think I would be interested in. More so though, I use it as far as business purposes.
And then like, hey, what? You just moved out here?
Yeah.
Let's suck a date.
Well, people who like me who would use it, or you for photography and stuff like that, is that, and you gave me the idea, was you could see people's Instagram. So if these are people who are in the area, like in the immediate area, they're new to the city, and you can see their Instagram, I feel like that's like a perfect way to kind of, you know, slip into their Instagram, like a couple pictures, be like, hey, I exist. I'm not trying to get with you. That's why it wasn't a Tinder like, but it was an Instagram like, so you see what I'm about. Yeah, but I feel like that's even more creepier. No, it's not. It worked. I did it. The first person I did it to started following me and liking pictures, and I got a new follower.
Okay.
And I mean, it worked. So I feel like it can be useful. It could be for the good. It don't gotta always be because. Like,
hey, all right.
Because you're trying to get one on.
Let me get a little follow on so I can.
I always laugh about people who come across my Tinder page and it must be like, this sucia, but she got a Tinder. Hey yo, pero mira esta mujer
ahí. Alright, so that's it. I lived in her garden, called her September. In November, my autumn leaves are falling. December's chills are crawling. I lived in her garden, called her September. In November. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Trim.
We're going to be talking about gentrification and its effect on pretty much everything.
Something that I didn't know until too long ago.
So
thanks to Lisa, I've learned more.
You don't want to know what he thought it was. So
we don't want to talk about that.
Gentrification is something that I feel like us in New York, we've seen very much hands-on, just as being a city that it's a lot of apartment buildings and not so much home ownership. It's a lot of in and out traffic, and you know, a lot of these buildings that are being bought out and rebuilt are being rebuilt specifically for people to only to be roommates. So a 3-bedroom apartment is being set up so 3 separate people
there's no
can
more
live
like
their lives
family
there.
homes.
They're already expecting the average person to not be able to afford it. So they're like literally sculpting it to be made for multiple people to live there. And
that is true.
This is the issue we're having, is that, you know, we're getting pushed out and there's nowhere to go. So it's like, I have a love-hate relationship with gentrification, just because of the fact that I feel like,
so do I.
Yeah, I feel like it forces people to be better. Like it forces people not to settle for Section 8. It forces people not to settle for you know, just getting by and below average, you know, living.
You need to step your game up.
Yeah, it forces people to.
Unfortunately, if you're thinking you're thinking that in 7 years rent is gonna be the same, and you're gonna be paying the same shit in 7 years, you can't live your life like that. It's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? It would be lovely if you could, but you can't.
Yeah, it's you know, like it's making things harder, but I do agree that if we as a people weren't making it better ourselves, we can't be mad that someone came in and started doing it themselves. You know,
like it's like she read my mind.
Yeah, like that's my love-hate relationship with it.
I think she's been hearing to me, like if I'm talking about the chair, like that's what it is.
Nah, it's because we come from the same place and we relate to what this feels like.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, the gentrification thing is a bitch. You know what I mean? Like the whole being able to like talk about black, white, you know what I'm saying? Like people can't really find themselves even talking about that. So if you can't find yourself jumping over that little barrier of a sensitive topic, how are you gonna be talking about like actual things that are gonna affect, like,
bigger stuff? See, and this is the thing. This is the perfect era, and this is the perfect time for a local to establish their own, restaurant. Because everything is about,
make that move, make that leap.
Yeah, like everybody wants that mom and pop now.
You gotta be different. That's what we're trying to do here.
So this is an opportunity. Like for me personally, when I opened up a shop, I felt like I wanted to come back home to Bushwick.
Business owners, guys.
Yeah, but growing up, I was like, oh man, I can't wait to get out of here. And like we grow up feeling like that. And now that our neighborhood changed and we don't find that we have a place, we have a place. We just have to, grab it by the horns. Like we can't let it run wild. And for me personally, it gives me a space where now I can charge more and I can add value to my product, and it's gonna actually be looked at as value.
That's true.
Because unfortunately, the people who come in here and are like, the definition of what gentrification is, these people also are willing to pay more. They're not. Come on.
Who are these people though? Do you like?
They come from different cities. They come from the middle of nowhere, America, which is fine. And then there's people who live off of, they're rich parents. That they're like, oh, I'm just going to school while my parents pay for my apartment. And it's like, there's so much of that because everybody wants to experience New York.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's like, it's not that we don't want to share New York with you. It's just
you're
that
black, white, or whatever you are.
Yeah,
what I mean, because what she explained doesn't just also go for a white person. It goes for a black person, an Indian person,
an Asian person. Gentrification is not something that we're like, oh, we're against new people and we're against you because you weren't born here. It's just more like the opportunity that was created through it.
You need to either get with the movement or.
And I'm not against any race or religion, but in all reality,
not at all.
Jews own all of Brooklyn. And Jews are the ones that are creating the situation. They took advantage of the situation they saw coming. So if gentrification is anything, it's not really the people who come to live here. It's the people, the manipulation behind it. The people who buy these buildings.
Yeah, like taking people out.
And then they're like, we're going to make it look beautiful, but you got to share this with 3 people if you even think you can afford this. That's gentrification.
That is true.
So it's not anti-white people,
It's also becoming a point, but that's also because that's what the market is becoming as well.
Yeah.
It's not also because,
but business is booming. Like we came out of this recession and now I feel like we're in the era of the entrepreneur. We're in the era of, you can have a business on Instagram and you don't have to worry about who lives down the block or not because you got people all over the world looking at your stuff. So it's like, this is just the era of like, take advantage of the situation, look at the positive and make a business of yourself and pitch it to these people who want the experience so bad. They want the New York experience so bad, I'll sell it.
Get it, come on. I got it on deck all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, gentrification also can be used for a positive purpose.
Oh,
now you're branching out. Now you can either stay in the back or move forward. What you gonna do? You gonna stay back there? I'm gonna keep moving.
Yeah, you just gotta keep up or...
I got this lovely figure, but I move.
Bias does move. He grinds. That's what I love about barbers and stylists and like all us creatives. Like we don't know how to stay still for nothing. So like we gotta do things and move and grow and it's cool.
Bet. So yeah, I feel like that's good.
So.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me right now. You like
me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Trim. With my lovely co-host Lisa.
Yes, guys, welcome back.
Mention me now, come on.
With my lovely host, Fayez the Barber.
Ooh, and I want to give a special shout out to
Mr. Kirby, our sponsor tonight.
Yeah, Schlitty Bitty. If you need any drinks, well, I can't do it right now, but yo, holla at your boy. He got you. I think it's like 5 and better, and then he'll come to you.
This is the 5, that's the 10.
I'm a chubby guy, I gotta get a big one.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright, bet. So,
we also want to do our Instagram barber highlight of the week.
Ooh!
And I would like to highlight a barber that I've been following for a while, and I finally got to work with her. Her Instagram is Remedy Grooming. Her name is Chica. She's this fire-ass Nigerian barber who currently resides in DC. I've followed her and I've seen her work with like Fenty and Rihanna. That was like my first encounter with her page and stuff like that. And
I like the beer game. It's clean.
Yeah, she's a beautiful soul. Her craftsmanship is amazing. She's very well rounded. Yeah, she's a very well rounded barber.
You know her personally?
I got to work with her for the first time at the Grammys. This is like, I was shocked to see that the other barber
Grammys
on set or
Grammys.
Was a female, and I thought it was so amazing. Like I said, I've seen her work with Rihanna in the past, and this is kind of what made me follow her. Was like just her person seemed so interesting. You know, she has like these beautiful dreads and like, you know, Africa tattoo on her chest. Like she's just a beautiful cultured person, and she takes a lot of pride in her work, and she's a very
doing a lot of modern art.
Yeah, she's very willing to help people.
Fire haircut.
And willing to learn.
That
and I feel like
look is real bold.
And she doesn't have a big following, and that doesn't matter. I feel like that doesn't matter at all. Like there are these like amazing people who people don't know that they out there. So we're here to tell you that they out here. And this is why I wanted her to be our Instagram highlight of the week.
This is just birth, ladies and gentlemen.
So I think that you know, we spoke about a lot of good topics, a lot of relatable topics, and we feel like that people
check her out. She's taking control.
Yeah, I feel like it was super relatable, and I thought this was fun. This was probably, you know,
I had a good time. I was sweating a little bit the whole time, but it was great. I feel like I took a shower while I was doing it. It's funny, man. Come on, lighten up. But yeah, all right, guys. So we're gonna catch up the following episode
where we might have something a little different.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey,
these are gonna be. I'm gonna give these fingers a name.
I gotta get better with that dance too. I want to bring on a mascot. That'd be lit. Maybe bring on like a little.
Yeah, we
like
should have a
parakeet.
mascot. We're gonna make Twitch the mascot.
Okay. That's recording, Big Lease.
You can't talk.
Oh, we got evidence. Blackmail. All right, bet. So thank you guys. We will see you in the next episode.
Yes, thank you.